a second.
You pulled her out.
It wasn't me. Now, don't you understand? I couldn't fly her at all. We were rolling so bad and yawing, I thought we were going to lose any control and go toppling end over end.
But we didn't, thanks to you.
Not me. It felt like, well, it was just like ground, or someone took over and was flying the ship. Someone else brought it into lock, not me.
So what's the difference? We came home. Shall I open up the hatch so we can get into Skylab?
Oh, we ought to secure everything here.
We're airtight. We can get that later. We've got to reach ground.
If we can't get in touch with Capcom...
Oh, I'm afraid you can't.
Huh?
You see, we have jammed it.
Oh.
How do you do? I am Dracon. I have been waiting for you.
Who's that?
I have said Dracon is my name.
Before I ask the other questions, where are you?
I am here.
Where's he hiding, Gordy? You know the setup here.
But, my dear Earthling, I am not hiding.
I ain't seen you yet.
Nor will you. I am not made like you, nor are you civilized enough to be able to imagine me.
Now, wait a minute.
Now, hold it, Luke. Mr. Dracon, if I have your name right.
The title is meaningless for me, and even the name is only an approximation in translation to your tongue. Call me then, Dracon.
Very well. Dracon, who are you?
I will try to simplify. I am not of your galaxy. I am of Centauri 7, a quintillion of light years from your solar system.
What's going on, Gordy?
It's the sort of thing I dreamed.
It would be easier if you had a presence, Dracon. We could talk more sensibly then.
Ah, no, I believe to the contrary. You could not conceive of me even if I could make some emanation before your eyes. No, the voice must be enough.
Well, then, what is it you want?
For you to come with me.
Supposing we refuse.
But there's no way you can. I am going to take you to Centauri 7.
A quintillion years away?
Time is a relative factor. We shall go by time warp.
But even so, I am a doctor. I must face physiological facts. I don't know what your physiology may be, but if we, Earthlings, as you call us, should pass a destination a quintillion years away, we wouldn't arrive as anything more than dust.
I have said that time is a relative factor. We must leave. Are you ready to go?
How?
The trip will be short and not unpleasant.
All those quintillions of miles?
The advantage of the fifth dimension, the time warp I mentioned.
But time is relative, as you said. Who's to say that your time won't destroy us?
How long will it take us?
In your time, you would indeed be infinitesimal dust, as the doctor maintains. In our time, a millimeter of a second, of which we have wasted quite enough. Shall we go? Here are your quarters. We have tried to construct them in appearance and solidity as those places you live on Earth. There are 2 bedrooms, one for the spouses and one for the drone. There will be food. You are welcome. We wish you to live as you live on your planet.
For how long?
We must control that. You are free to do as you will in these areas.
2 bedrooms, 2 baths, living room, dining area, fully equipped kitchen. That's upper class New York, maybe $600-700 a month. Furnished up to $1,000. Well, except for one thing.
And that is?
Not a window. And outside of closets and the room is only one door out of here.
Which, unfortunately, we must keep locked.
Why?
We have our own security. I think occasionally you Earthlings must have caught a glimpse of our machines. We have been observing you for some time.
Why?
For reasons of our own. Our saucers have even landed on occasions, too, as you do in your flights to the moon, for example, to pick up informative material. We have even considered gathering some of you before this, but in the areas we landed, we did not consider the specimens quite satisfactory. We do very much consider you excellent representatives of your primitive culture. We have selected you as, what is a word you use? Guinea pigs.
You mean we're going to be locked up here like in a laboratory cage?
Yes, so we can study you. Now I leave you to get adapted to your new surroundings. I have brought the earthlings, O Ancient One.
You did not pluck them from the planet itself.
No, Ancient One. From the atmosphere, from one of their spaceships.
Why did you pick these?
One is a female. Our first opportunity to gather such a specimen without alerting the earthlings.
So be it. What is your wish now, Great Khan?
Permission to start the test.
As you wish.
Gordon, there's nothing in the big bedroom. It's just a box with some furniture. No openings anywhere. Any luck here?
The front door doesn't have a handle, let alone a lock. The only openings are that vent up there and one on the floor on the opposite side. Air vents, obviously. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to breathe. You find anything, Luke?
You think it's okay to talk?
No, but we might as well. I'm sure we're bugged and they hear everything we say. What did you find?
Nothing. You?
Neither of us.
Except 2 air vents in this room. If there was some way to... You hear a kind of hiss?
Yes. And... Oh, it's getting stifling in here.
They've turned on some kind of heat.
Damn. What are they trying to do?
I've got to get this suit off. I'm sorry, Terry.
It's okay, Luke. Just forget I'm a woman.
That'll be a day for the old prowler. Now, but let's strip down. Come on.
Nobody needs to have any hang-ups. I can tell you, as a doctor, we can stay in our thermals. It's safer if they try to roast us alive.
Where's that ever-loving heat coming from?
Probably the vent at floor level. Yes. Hey, come on. Let's all stuff our suits against it. Maybe we can keep it out.
Good thinking, Charlie Brown.
Man, I tell you, this is no way to go. You rotten sons of guns. Come on. Fight fair and give us a chance.
Stop it, Luke.
I don't mind dying. But I want a chance to fight back.
Luke, it isn't doing any good. Don't give them the satisfaction of... Gordon?
Yes, Terry, you're right. I don't know if we're just blocking it or... Hey, wait a minute.
What is it?
He's testing to see if...
Oh, they've stopped it. They've stopped feeding the heat.
Thank God. I never could stand heat. I am scared witless of smothering to death or burning up in a fire.
Who isn't? You all right, Terry?
I'm okay, darling, but we've got to get out of here.
How?
I don't know. I'll leave that up to you fellows, but we've got to get away.
To where?
Anywhere but here. This is only the beginning.
The beginning of what?
The tests. Don't you see it? We're guinea pigs. And as a laboratory animal, you know what all guinea pigs have in common.
You're the doctor. You tell us what.
They're expendable. It's getting cooler. We passed the first one, but...
Oh, no.
What is it, Gordon?
The other vent. Can you hear it?
They're starting the Turkish bath treatment again.
It's just the opposite this time, I think. This is Operation Cold Freeze.
How can we get up to block that vent?
Luke, get on the other end of the table there and drag it over.
Roger, Skip.
Terry, bring the flight suits. That air is like dry ice.
Oh, I can take this better than heat. Here, Terry, I'll help. Now what, Skip?
Oh, this is my weak spot. I can't stand cold. Both, get on table. Terry?
Yes, darling.
You get up. Luke, shoulders. Help. Then I pass flight suits to you. Block out cold air.
Here you go.
I'm okay. Hand me the suits.
I'm braced against the wall. Okay, Gordy.
It's all right. No need. They've shut off the freeze. Here are the suits.
I got him.
Come on down, baby. Boy, you're something to have around. You imagine old Gordy or me getting on each other's shoulders?
I'm glad I'm of some use. Now it's the men's turn.
What do you mean?
This is only the beginning. How much more of this can we go through? One exposure or another is going to be too much for one or all of us. Let's try to get out of here.
How? Only one way. The door. What we need is a prize of some kind. Oh, wait a minute. The table. It has metal legs. Help me turn it over, Luke.
Sure.
Yeah. There's a flange at the top. And screws. Oh, no, if we just had something...
Would you believe? I just happen to have a nail file.
Oh, baby, you are the most. Come on, let's have at it. Have we got the flange far enough in between the jamb and the door this time?
This looks like it. Ready?
If we do get the door open, then what, darling?
Well, first, let's get it open. Then we'll know. You ready, Luke?
Roger.
You too, Terry. Give us all the weight you can.
I'm ready.
Then all together. Set. On the count of 3.
Three lost and desperate astronauts, far beyond the stars. Should they succeed in opening this door, what can they hope to find at best? Another world, and one apparently hostile to them. What infinitesimal chance do they have to return to landfall and splash down on old familiar Mother Earth? Is there any threat worse to sanity than the unknown? And yet, faced with the prospect of death by any factor of the known, which of us would not gamble and reach for the unknown as an alternative? Our 3 lost astronauts are no different as they struggle to open a door on what? What kind of a world lies beyond it?
She's open. But...
Nothing.
Well, there's nothing. Nothing outside, but...
What?
It may look like nothing, but it's solid. It might just as well be a wall.
For you, it is. For us on Centauri 7, it is our world, but not yours. Are you now satisfied?
But what do you intend to do with us?
We must finish our tests before we tell you that. Now you are weary. First, you must rest.
Terry, wake up.
What? Why, Luke.
Shh. Don't wake Gordy. I've got to talk to you.
What on earth?
Please. Come into my room.
Okay. Just a second till I find my shoes.
Come on.
I'm coming. What is it?
I've got to talk to you. Terry. We're all going to die here.
We don't know that.
Well, I do. And there's something I want before I do.
What are you?
You. I want you, Terry.
Luke, listen to me.
I'm not listening to anyone anymore, just myself. Now, Gordy stole you away from me, but just for once, I'm going to steal something away from him.
Gordy is your best friend.
That's for laughs. Everything I ever wanted in life, I had to fight him for. First space flight, the commandership of this one U, he always won.
Keep away from me.
Not this time, not this once.
You can't. I won't. I'll scream for Gordon.
You do, and you get this in your throat. If I can't have you, he never will again.
Oh, where did you get that knife?
From the table. 3 of them there. Okay, Terry. Come here.
Get away from her, Luke.
Gordy.
Look out, he has a knife.
So have I. All right, Luke. You wanted to use the knife? Come on. Try it on me.
That suits me just great. You bought yourself a real Donnybrook.
Stop it! Stop it, both of you.
Stay out of this, Terry.
I won't stay out of it. And for the information of both of you, I have a knife, too. Okay, Luke. Drop yours.
Let your lousy husband get me in the back, no thanks.
Hey, stay out of this, Terry. He's had this coming a long time.
Will you listen to me? Both of you? Don't you see this is just another test?
What?
Don't you remember? We're guinea pigs. They're testing every kind of reaction in us. Luke, please. I know how you feel about me. You love me.
That's right, Terry.
But not that way. As a friend, as you love Gordon.
Love?
Yes, love. You weren't made for hate or frustration or violence any more than Gordon is. It's them, Dracon or whoever they are. They're putting it all into your heads. They want to see how far they can provoke us, how much we can stand. They're the ones we have to fight. They're the ones we can't let win.
What am I doing with a knife? Oh, God, Terry. Gordy, forgive me. I didn't know what I was doing.
Neither did I. I woke up choking with this black hatred, and where did I get this?
They put them on the table. It's just as I said. Another of their tests. What's that smell?
It's coming from this lower vent. It smells like...
bitter almonds. That's cyanide. Get away from there.
They sealed up the door again. We've got to get out of here. The bed...
No, they're louvered doors. It'll seep through. We've got to get away entirely.
How? Even if we could get the door open again,
I thought of it when the heat was coming in before. I think the cover on that vent up there is loose. It's big enough to crawl through.
Get the other table, Luke. Drag it over.
I've got the table leg that we used on the door. Maybe I can pry it open with that.
Come on, Luke. The smell is getting heavier.
I'm with you.
Okay. Now give Terry a hand up. There you go. Now up on my shoulders.
I got the table leg.
All right. I'll give it to her. Then support her while she levers it. Okay, Terry?
Yes, I think I can. It's quite loose. I'm sure I can. Look out!
Can you scramble in there?
If I can just...
get your hands under her left foot, Luke.
Roger.
I'll get mine under the other. Now, lift. All right, Terry?
Yes? There's a duct. I can't see where it goes.
Is it big enough for all of us to get through?
Yes, but how?
You're smaller than I am, Luke. I'll give you a leg up, and Terry can lift from above.
What about you?
I'll get a chair, and you can haul me up from there. Come on. Let's not waste any time. That smell is getting stronger. Terry?
What, Gordon?
Why are you stopping? Another turn?
No. It's a dead end.
Oh, no. Are you sure?
It's blocked in front and on both sides. Wait a minute.
What?
It's open above. Like a chimney.
How wide is it?
Just a moment. It's round. About maybe 3 feet in diameter.
Any light?
No. Just as dark in here.
It's no use. We'll have to go back.
We can't go back. Not to that cyanide.
Maybe they stopped pumping it in. What else can we do?
We can try what mountain climbers do.
What?
Terry?
Yes, Gordon.
Can you stand up where you are?
Yes. I think Yes. I'm standing with my head in the chimney.
All right. Now listen carefully. Remember when we climbed Old Baldy?
Yes. 1,000,000 years ago.
Now, hang in, baby. Don't you flake out on it.
I won't. You mean that guide that showed us how to chimney climb?
Yes. Now turn towards me and put your back against the wall. Now, can you get your feet up there on the other side?
Just about. Then I brace my back and then push up, right?
Right. And slide your feet up an inch or two and keep repeating.
Roger.
You'll have to go next, Luke. You get it?
I get the idea. But supposing that thing's 30 or 40 feet tall.
We go as far as we can, and we all fall and break our necks together.
Hold it!
What now?
It's getting wider, but I think it's another dead end.
Oh, not another chimney. I couldn't make it.
This one goes down. There's a draft, and... Oh, Lord.
What?
We only had a light.
I have only one match left. I've been saving it.
It's wider. You think you could come up here?
I'll try.
Watch it, darling. You're right at the edge. Where do you suppose this could go?
There's fresh air. Maybe outside. Let's see. Maybe we've gotten a break at last. It's only about a 30-degree pitch. Ah! Well, there goes the match.
But where goes the tunnel?
I'll let you know any moment. If anything happens to me, you and Luke can try going back.
Oh, no, sir. Anyone tries the roller coaster, old Luke gets to go first.
No, Luke.
Here I go. Feet first. Too bad I forgot my parachute. Geronimo!
Luke! Luke, are you all right?
I didn't break anything.
Should we come ahead?
Might as well. But you sure ain't gonna like it when you get here.
Oh, all that for nothing. Right back where we started.
At least we don't have to bother about trying the lower vent. We know where it goes to. And at least there's none of that cyanide gas.
Yeah, but now what?
Now we have finished with our external examination. I am sorry to say that the continuation of our test program may be even more unpleasant.
Now, look. If you let Captain Strong and my wife go, you can...
Just a minute, old buddy. Same offer here, Dracon, or whatever your name is. Only I stay.
I'm afraid not satisfactory. The female is essential for more reasons than one.
Why?
First of all, your physiology is quite different from the male. We will want to study that. Secondly, you are a doctor. We can use your expertise to dissect your male companions so that we may study how to work on you.
No, absolutely not. I won't lift a finger to help you.
Suppose we were to offer to let your husband go.
I'll answer that.
No, let me. Darling, I'd gladly die for you. But I couldn't kill for you.
I wouldn't expect you to. I love you.
I love you. And we both love you, Luke.
One for all, and all for one.
I guess we bought it for good this time.
But wherever we go, we stick together.
Very well, Earthlings. I will give you your wish.
You'll have to execute a turnaround. Hey, Diana 1, do you read me?
I read you loud and clear. Why?
I don't know. Funny thing. I had a loco notion, we all did down here, that we lost you for a couple of seconds.
Not as far as I know.
You didn't notice a kind of a time lag?
Now, hold it, Capcom. You hear him, Luke?
Mac? Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about.
You, Terry?
Capcom to Diana 1, do you read me?
I read you.
We registered a sort of oscillator hum during that 2-second gap. How about you?
I didn't hear it. Half a sec. You pick up anything on instruments, Luke? Or hear a sort of oscillator hum?
I did. Just like in my dream. Or I think I did.
And are you sure, Dracon? The Earth people will know nothing of our interference.
Oh, Ancient One, In their time referenced, they were missing but the blink of an eye.
And the three who were here will not remember.
Can the eye of an earthling see a bullet? Can it follow the speed of light? They will not remember.
As to the planet itself, what is your recommendation?
Observing them close at hand, particularly the female one, I have seen a capability for self-sacrifice and love.
There is some hope for them, then.
We might allow them another millennium to better themselves.
So be it. We will allow the Earthlings one final chance.
So there are no such things as flying saucers and strangers out of space. And man is the only creature to travel the roads among the stars. I wonder. Oh, well, it may not be too much longer before we find out for sure. Only a few thousand years. A 1,000 years. The millennium. Perhaps the one mentioned in the book of the Revelation, when the angel came down from heaven with the key to the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he bound the devil and cast him into the pit and sealed it, so that he should deceive the nations no more. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. We could all begin with the devil in all of us. It might just be worth a try. Our cast included Julia Mead, Sidney Walker, Ira Lewis, and Jack Grimes. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
Now, step into the incredible, amazing future as we go exploring tomorrow. And now, here is your guide to these adventures of the mind, the editor of Astounding Science Fiction magazine, John Campbell, Jr.
The essential character of any frontier you explore is that if you get into it and stick your neck out, you get it lopped off, and there's no help. The frontier is the place where there isn't any reserve, where there isn't anyone to help you if you get into trouble. There is no support. Tonight's story is a story of a true frontier. You know, sometimes the frontier lies just the other side of a doorway. It doesn't seem very different. It can be the difference between life and sudden death. We are in a somewhat different position. We can summon support here. I can push my little push button here and summon our supporters. You know, when we think of that glamorous future, we sometimes tend to forget that things cost money now and things will cost in the future. Let's suppose that there are ships and they are going out between the worlds. They carry emergency supplies for expeditions that may be in trouble on some of the planets that are being explored. But they can't carry an extra lot of them. It costs too much. They carry parachutes, in effect, to drop them as they flash by the world that's in trouble. Little parachutes for space, a plastic bubble with a tiny motor, just enough to lower it down to the planet without destruction. They'd probably use human pilots to do it, too. Because, you know, a human brain is the lightest of all computing devices. It's lighter than an electronic computer. It would be cheaper and wiser to use human pilots to drop these little plastic bubble parachutes of space to a planet in trouble. Let's consider one where there's an expedition that's gotten into medical trouble. The men are sick and they need a serum that they don't have. They've called for help from one of the passing interstellar liners. The liner has stopped for a moment, dropped one of its little space parachutes, and gone on its way, flashing on to some other star somewhere else. And in that emergency dispatch ship, that little space parachute, the pilot discovers...
Somebody who shouldn't be there is in that supplies closet. The gauge is never wrong. It says there's a living human body inside that closet radiating heat.
Come on out, chum. Open that door, I'll open it. Come on out. Oh, no.
All right. I give up. Now what?
Sit down.
All right. Well, you still haven't told me. I mean, what happens now? Do I pay a fine or something?
What are you doing here?
Well, I just wanted to see my brother, that's all.
Your brother?
Mm-hmm. He's on Woden. He's with Group 2.
Oh.
I haven't seen him for 10 years, ever since he went there.
What's his name?
Cross. Jerry Cross. Do you know him?
Only his name. I've never met him.
I was only 8 years old when he left.
What was your original destination aboard the Stardust?
Mimir. I had a job to go to.
You knew you were breaking a rule when you stowed away on this ship.
Oh, I knew I was breaking some kind of regulation.
Is that all it means to you?
Well, I'm
There was a sign posted there. Didn't you see it?
A sign?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the one that said unauthorized personnel, keep out?
That's the one.
Oh, well, I guess I saw it.
And ignored it.
Oh, come on. Now, look, don't be so grim.
How did you manage to stow away?
Oh, it was easy. I just saw my chance and acted on impulse. I saw there was plenty of room in that closet, and so here I am.
Yeah, here you
Oh,
are.
please, don't worry. I'll be a model criminal or prisoner or whatever it is I am now. And I'll pay for my keep, too. And when we get to Woden, well, I'll make myself useful.
Quiet.
Sorry.
You have an identification disc?
Yes?
Give it to me.
Well, my name is Marilyn. Marilyn.
Let me have the disc.
Okay. Will I get it back?
No.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I need the information on it. I have to put it all in my report.
But when you've got all the information, surely I'll get it back. I need it.
Do you know why I'm flying this ship to Woden?
No.
No idea?
Well, I know the Stardust got a message. I suppose you're taking extra equipment.
I'm taking serum.
Oh.
If I don't get that serum to Woden, 6 men are going to die.
My brother, too?
Not if he's with Group 2. He's 28,000 miles away from all this. On the opposite side of the planet.
Opposite side? Well, then how will I get to see him?
You're not going there. I'm sorry.
Look, I don't understand. You are going to Woden.
Yes,
Well, then if...
but you're not. You're going to leave this ship.
You mean I won't get to see Jerry?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, please.
I told you I'm sorry.
Well, what are you going to do, radio some other ship to have me take him back?
There are no other ships to radio.
Well, then...
Don't you understand?
No.
You can't stay aboard this ship.
What am I supposed to do? Jump overboard out into space?
You won't have to jump.
What?
You'll be jettisoned. You won't feel a thing.
Sometimes the universe seems cruel. I think that's a mistake. It isn't cruel, but it is ruthless. You must learn the lessons. And once you've learned them, you're all right. Unless you forget them. I'm afraid that girl forgot that there were frontiers. That there were places where there was no help.
You are joking.
These are not things you joke about.
No, you can't mean all this.
There is nothing anyone can do for you.
It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I just can't believe you're really serious. But you are. You do mean it. You're going to make me die.
It's the way it has to be.
No.
No human being in the universe can help you.
Please, oh, please.
Nobody wants it this way. Nobody would ever let it be this way if it were humanly possible to change it.
I can't believe it.
I told you, this ship is carrying fever serum to 6 men on Woden. All 6 will die unless I get there.
I know you told me.
A small ship like this one is provided with barely enough fuel to get to its destination. If you stay aboard, your added weight, once we hit gravity, will cause it to use up all its fuel before we land. That means, in simple terms, you and I will die and 6 other men will die waiting for the serum.
Is that it?
That's it.
Just that? We don't have enough fuel?
Yeah.
So I must die alone or take 7 other men with me.
That's how it stacks up.
And nobody really wants me to die?
Nobody does.
Well, maybe... I mean, are you sure nothing...
Nothing can be done for you.
I just can't believe this is real. Less than an hour ago, I was a passenger on the Stardust. Now I'm on this ship, and I'm going to die, and nobody cares.
That's not true. We all care.
Oh.
It's different out here. It's not like being back on Earth.
I'll never see Mom and Daddy again. I'll never see Jared. I'll never see anything again.
Hasn't your brother ever written to you?
Yes.
What did he talk about?
Things? I mean, well, all the things he was doing and how much he wanted to see us all again.
Didn't he ever tell you about frontier law?
What?
Look, out here we live by a different set of values.
I don't know anything about frontier law.
You ignored a warning. Out here you can only make that mistake just once. Oh, a lot of mistakes have been made. And a lot of men have died making them.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know about frontiers. I don't know about fuel or what was going to happen to me. I don't want to die. Why should I have to die? Just because I wanted to see my brother.
What's the use of trying to make her understand? What do I do? Quote the regulation tour, paragraph L, section 8, interstellar regulations, quote, any stowaway discovered aboard an emergency dispatch ship will be immediately upon discovery jettisoned into space, period, end quote. And what good would it do to her anyway? Okay, so H amount of fuel will not power an EDS with a massive M plus X safely to its destination. How could she understand that? Look at her. 18 years old, brown curly hair, blue eyes, weight 110 pounds. And to me, she's just the unwanted factor in a very cold equation.
Crying won't help, will it? I mean, you're going to radio my brother.
If you want me to.
What will you tell him?
Nothing. I'll let you tell him.
Oh. I'm almost afraid to hear his voice. You make him sound so near to me. And all the time he'll be so far away. Just a voice. That's all he'll be, just a voice.
I'll call him anyway. All right.
Yes.
Warden, EDS 34G11, emergency. Come in, Woden. Group 2, identify yourselves, please. This is a call for Jerry Cross. Please come in.
Jerry? Jerry, where are you? Jerry, why don't you answer? Jerry, they're going to let me die.
Keep quiet. They're coming on now.
Whatever happens, a man will always try to find some way out, even when he knows it's impossible. He'll still make a try. But sometimes, particularly on the frontiers, you're up against the problem that there isn't any way out. You're up against it.
Wait, I didn't hear.
He said goodbye, little sister.
Oh. I had so much more to talk about.
He knew that.
Was it really him?
It was your brother.
His voice sounded changed.
10 years ago, he was a little more than a boy. Now he's a man. Voice has changed.
Did I sound frightened when I talked to him?
No, you sounded fine.
Oh. How long do I have?
Oh, a little while.
What'll happen to me afterwards, I mean?
Nothing, I guess.
I'll just go on floating in space, is that it?
Something like that.
May I see?
See what?
Out there. Can I see it on the view screen?
Yeah, sure. There.
Well, there's nothing there. There's nothing at all. Well, there's some stars over there. I didn't see them. I was thinking of Mom and Daddy. They don't even know yet I'll never be going back to them, like I promised I would. It's funny, the things you remember. Like the time when I was only 6 years old, and my kitten got run over in the street. And the way Jerry held me in his arms and told me not to cry. And when I woke up in the morning, there she was on my bed, with a brand new white fur coat. Just like Jerry had promised. It was a long time after that when Mama told me Jerry had gone to the pet shop at 4 a.m. He got the man out of bed and told him if he didn't produce a white kitten, somebody's neck was going to be broken. So the man found a white kitten for me.
You'll be gone soon. The little hand on that gauge will go back to 0 and the equation will be balanced again.
Is it time yet?
What?
Is it time yet?
Time?
For me.
Almost.
How will it happen?
You'll go into that compartment. It's an airlock. And that's about all.
Oh, no, it can't be all. You'll do something.
I'll simply push a button.
And I'll be shot out into space.
I told you, you won't feel anything.
Yes, you told me that. I'm very grateful.
You're all right?
I keep thinking everybody has to die sooner or later. It's no worse for me than anyone else, is it? Except most people don't know when it's going to happen, and I do.
You understand I have no power to help you. No power anywhere could help you out here.
All right.
If there was just one... But there isn't.
I know. Jerry understood that.
Yeah. Your brother's quite a guy.
He said everything will be all right. It will, won't it?
Everything, yes.
All right, I'm ready. Tell me what to do.
When I pull this lever, that door will open. Just walk into the chamber.
Please hurry up. Do I walk in now?
Yeah.
It's cold in here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It doesn't really matter. Goodbye. You've been awfully kind.
Goodbye, honey.
Please close the door.
Alan.
Yes?
There's no hatred, no malice in what I have to do.
I know.
Bye now. EDS 34G11, calling Group 1 on Planet Woden. Come in, please. I'm landing in just 10 minutes.
We have to learn in this world of ours. Some of the things that we learn make us feel that we're real tough and real strong, and boy, we can take it. Next time, we've got a story about a kid who was sure he was tough. A real tough guy. Until he ran up against some people who were in the business of learning things. Sometimes you have to find out such things as whether a man's eyeballs fall out when he's decelerated too suddenly. These men aren't tough. They're just curious.
Join us again next week on both Wednesday and Friday nights when John Campbell returns with more of his fascinating talk and stories while exploring tomorrow. Tonight you heard Mason Adams and Joyce Gordon in our cast. Script was by John Fleming from a story written by Tom Godwin. Produced and directed by Sanford Marshall here in New York.
The Planet Man. The Planet Man. This is the fascinating story of Dantro, the Planet Man, troubleshooter for the League of Planets organization, the law enforcement body for peace and justice in the celestial world, whose headquarters and center of operations are situated on the capital of all the planets, Planaria Rex. From Mercury to Pluto, wherever danger threatens the universe, you will find Dantro, the Planet Man, fighting for fair play. In a moment, The Planet Man. You will recall that Billy and Jane were in a stolen scout ship with Marston's pursuing cruiser about to blast them out of space. Through the use of an ancient machine they found in the tunnels beneath Marston's palace, Pat, Slats, and Dantro have managed to project a three-dimensional image of Dantro into Billy's and Jane's fleeing scout ship. Planet Man is just telling them what to do.
You see, Billy, what you're looking at is not really me, but a three-dimensional picture of me, projected through space. I'm actually back with Pat and Slats in the tunnel under Marston's palace. Here, touch me. Yeah, see? Nothing. I'm not solid, so I can't possibly work the controls and fight off that Martian cruiser. You'll have to help.
Okay, I'm ready.
How about you, Jane?
I've never fired a ray gun before, but I'll try.
That's the girl. Now, Billy, we'll let them get close enough for one battery of ray guns to be effective. Billy, you're going to have to listen more carefully than you ever have in your life. And you, Jane, when I tell you, squeeze those two grips and hold them that way. The guns aim and fire automatically, but they have to be activated by hand.
They're getting pretty close.
Good, I'd hope they do that. They're probably trying to make sure they get us with the first salvo. Let them come in a little more and then hit that button on the left. Count 3 aloud and then release it. That should bring us around so that the ray turret can bear right on them. Jane, when you hear Billy say 3, squeeze, and don't let go until I tell you to.
I'll be too scared to let go.
Ready now? I'll count. And when I get to 4, it will be time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now!
1, 2, 3. Okay, Jane, squeeze. I'm squeezing. What's happening? Oh, look at the screen. We got it, though. We got it right in the middle. This ship's breaking right in half. It's exploding.
That was one chance in a million. We hit their atomic pile. Well, there's no sense hanging around. There won't be any survivors. You can stop squeezing now, Jane. It's all over. Listen, Billy. I'm going to tell you how to set a course that will take you to Planaria Rex. They'll watch for you and help you land from that end. Just leave your radio on so they can give you instructions.
Don't worry about us. Just tell me what to do and I'll take care of everything.
Well, now the kids are safe, but there's only a little less than an hour before the Admiral will order the fleet to strike at Marston.
That's right. You really think this machine will be able to stop that Dantro?
Well, it will if we can figure it out. I'm beginning to understand how it works, and if I'm right, it will solve the problem perfectly.
What do you mean?
You remember that machine you saw in Planaria Rex? The one that could transmit solid objects through space by breaking them down into energy at one end and assembling them again at the other?
Sure. I was hoping to get the franchise for that, and on Earth, I'd put the post office out of business.
Well, I believe this machine is capable of doing that from a distance. If I have it figured right, it should be able to take Marston's entire space armada and transfer it to any planet. One so far away that would make them centuries to get back, even if they had enough fuel.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's do it.
Not so fast. That's what I think the machine can do. If only I could get someone who had a really good scientific mind to help me.
Someone like my father.
Yeah, he'd be perfect. He sometimes seems to know how a machine works just by looking at it. So, I've got an idea. It sounds kind of crazy, maybe, but...
Don't be ashamed to say it. Sometimes crazy ideas are just what you need. The kind that normally wouldn't occur to anyone.
Yes, Slats, what is it?
Well, see, I was just thinking... With this machine, you were able to send an image of yourself all over space, and you could act just as if you were actually there, only you couldn't really do anything but look and talk. Now, maybe you could somehow get an image of Professor Dara down here in the tunnel, And then he could tell you what he thought, and it'd be just like the two of you were actually working it out together.
Well, that's a wonderful idea, isn't it, Dantro?
Oh, it sounds fine. Let's try it. Slats,
Yeah?
set the screen on Judge Augustus' office. That's where they said they'd wait.
Okay. There. Yeah, look, they're waiting all right, and they look plenty worried.
Here, let me talk to them. Judge Augustus, Professor Darrow, we need your help, Professor. I don't know if it will work, but we're going to try to bring a three-dimensional image of yourself down here into the tunnel.
What do you want me to do?
Just get up and stand in the center of the room. If we succeed, you'll know as soon as we do. Stand still so I can get a good lineup.
Is it working?
I'm not sure, Pat. Let's watch.
Well, oh, my
hello,
goodness.
Professor.
What do you know? Professor Darrow, fancy meeting you
Oh,
here.
Father, am I glad to see you.
So this is where you've been hiding out. It doesn't look very comfortable. Well, now, what's the problem? I'm sure you didn't go to all that trouble just to talk about the weather. Let's get to work.
Dantro is trying the impossible with this extraordinary device. He has succeeded in projecting Professor Darrow's image into the tunnel so that the professor could help and then figure out how the machine can be used to break up the Martian Armada. Is such a feat possible? We'll be back in a moment, so level off. When we left Dantro, he, Slats, and Pat were talking to the image of Professor Darrow and trying to get his help in figuring out the energy breakup facilities of the fantastic ancient machine. Outside of Marston's palace, the Martian fleet is ready to take off for the attack on Earth. Marston is directing the operations.
All right, quiet, you fools. You have less than 10 minutes. I have decided not to wait for Professor Darrow. He's had plenty of time to decide. Those two brats will have to take the consequences.
Marston!
Don't bother me now. I have no time for trivialities. If I don't supervise everything personally, nothing ever goes right. I mean to see that this field is cleared in 10 minutes. My ship will take off last. Where is that cruiser that I sent after that traitorous scout crew? Why aren't they back yet? I'll teach them.
Marston, I must tell you.
Well, what do you want? It had better be important.
The Planet Man is down in the tunnel with the Earth Girl and that Slack.
What? Planet Man? Are you certain?
Yes, Marston. They overpowered me.
Are they still there?
Yes, Marston. They are working with some machine of the ancients which they discovered.
Could you lead me to them?
Of course, Marston.
Tara, you take over here on the field. See that the Armada gets off on its way to Earth. Then wait here for me with my ship. Guard, lead the way. This time, Fema and I will take care of Planet Man and his meddling friends. This time, I will personally burn them down. Then there will be no slips, no mistakes. Now hurry, you fool, and be quiet. We must surprise them.
It's hard for me to think without being able to actually touch the different parts of the machine. I think I understand it, though.
It's so different from anything we have. What's your idea?
That bank of controls must be directional. That switch must activate the energy beam that does the carrying. There's the aiming dial, and this is the master control that links them into one function.
You're right. I'm sure you're right. That's the only way it can be. Shall we try it?
Go ahead. I'll keep my fingers crossed.
You'll have to help me, Pat. Professor Darrow, you check us just in case. First, I'll get the Martian Armada on the screen. There. Now, where shall we send them?
How about Pluto?
Well, that's perfect. They'd never get enough fuel to get back from there. Now, Pat, throw the switch. Looks as though we're all set, Professor.
That's it. Now the master control.
Done. And it worked. Look, the field is empty. Not even a scout ship left.
Oh, Father, you were right. The whole Armada gone without a trace. It's as though they never existed, and Earth is safe.
Yeah, Earth and us. I was afraid for a while that Marston was going to have his fun after all.
And so he will, my traitorous friend, and so he will.
What do you want?
I thought he was
No,
aboard
I
one of the
was
ships.
not aboard any ship, not yet. My fleet is gone, but I am still here. And I shall at least have the satisfaction of burning you down one by one. Professor Darrow, we have never met before. I'm sorry it must be so short an acquaintance, but why are you so silent? Surely the great scientist from Earth can think of a few last words.
Dantro, he thinks my father's really here. He doesn't know it's just a projected image.
You're right. Only Professor Darrow realizes that he may be able to save us. I'm afraid to try to tell him. It might give the whole thing away.
What are you two whispering about? Come.
Why don't you stop torturing us? If you're going to burn us down, get it over with.
I am enjoying this little chat, aren't you? Oh, by the way, Professor Darrow, may I compliment you on your reasoning? I couldn't have done much better. That machine is certainly a wonder. I think I'll send Planaria Rex into the sun with it first.
I didn't realize he'd know about the machine. We must do something.
Oh, yes. I stood here quietly while you worked it all out for me. It's just what I wanted. With it, I will need no one's help. No clumsy, meddling fools to spoil my plans. I can rule the solar system alone. Just FEMA and I. But I am bored with this conversation. I think it's time we said goodbye to our friends, FEMA. One last goodbye.
What a turn of fate. After succeeding in the phenomenal try of putting the entire Marston Armada out of commission, Dantro, Pat, Slats, and the image of Professor Darrow are held at bay by Marston's ray gun. One by one they are to be destroyed. We'll be back in a moment. But first, here is a message that Dantro the Planet Man wants you to hear. Tune in again for more transcribed thrills and adventures. Rocket millions of light years into space with Dantro, the Planet Man. The Planet Man. The Planet Man. Planet Man. This is the fascinating story of Dantro, the Planet Man, troubleshooter for the League of Planets organization, the law enforcement body for peace and justice in the celestial world, whose headquarters and center of operations are situated on the capital of all the planets, Planaria Rex. From Mercury to Pluto, wherever danger threatens the universe, you will find Dantro the Planet Man fighting for fair play. In a moment, the Planet Man. Marston has surprised the Planet Man, Pat, Slats, and what he believes to be Professor Darrow in the tunnel under his palace. They had just used the ancient machine they found there to transport Marston's entire fleet to a remote planet and end his threat to solar peace. Now, however, things look very bad. As we find them, Marston is gloating over his luck in catching them all and also in finding the machine. But he is unaware that Professor Darrow is really not there. What he really sees is only a three-dimensional image projected by the machine.
Yes, Planet Man, I will save you for last. You can watch me take care of your friends one by one, then it will be your turn to pay the penalty for opposing the will of Marston. With you taken care of, I shall use this machine you have so kindly discovered to teach the League of Planets a lesson. First, I shall send Planaria Rex into the sun, then the other planets one by one will feel the weight of my power. Yes, FEMA, it is just you and I against the solar system. But with this machine, we shall win.
We must do something to prevent his getting this machine. It's more dangerous than his fleet, and there can be no defense against it.
Stop whispering. What does it matter? You are all going to die. I think I've waited long enough. Who will be first?
Even you couldn't be low enough to shoot us down without a chance.
Quiet. I need no lessons from you, Professor. Be quiet or you will be the first.
Marston still doesn't know that that's only an image of my father he's talking to.
I hope Professor Darrow acts. He's our only chance.
Marston, you don't really think we're afraid of you?
I know you're afraid of me. You are not fools, and no sane man wants to die.
I'll show you.
Don't come near me, I'll shoot.
Shoot, then.
I warned you.
Look, the ray went right through him. It's hit the machine. Look out!
Is everyone all right? Dantro, where are you going?
After Marston. He went down into the tunnel.
Oh, be careful, he's armed.
I have the ray gun. I took it from the guard.
We'll wait here for you.
Gosh, he's a brave man. I'd hate to go down there in the dark after that
I
maniac.
wish there was some way we could help him.
Oh, I'm not really worried. I think he can outsmart or outray Marston any day in the week.
Well, I hope you're right. Say, we forgot to check the machine.
Not much left to check, I'm afraid. Just look at it.
Maybe it can be rebuilt.
Oh, I doubt it. From the way Dantro talked, no one knows enough about the ancient science to do the job. We were lucky to find it in working order and then be able to figure out how to operate it.
I hate to think what we would have done without it. You know, in a way, maybe it's just as well it has been destroyed. Think of what would have happened if Marston or someone like him ever really got hold of it.
Yeah, it'd be like he said. He and FEMA would rule the solar... Great blazing asteroid.
Oh, what's the matter? What's wrong?
I just thought of something that scares me.
Slats, will you please tell me what you're talking about?
FEMA, that's what I'm talking about, FEMA.
Oh, what about FEMA?
You know what she is, don't you? A Martian flying cobra, one of the deadliest things that ever lived. Her venom just has to touch your skin and you die instantly.
I know all that. What about it?
Sure you know all about it. We all know all about it, but I'll bet you Dantro isn't even thinking about it. He's down there chasing Marston through those dark tunnels, thinking things are pretty even with both of them holding ray guns, and I'll bet you he's never even given a thought to that FEMA. She can see in the dark, too.
Slats, you're right. We must warn Dantro somehow.
Well, there's only one way to do it. It looks like I'm elected.
Are you going after them?
Yeah, there's no other way. Wish me luck.
I do, Slats. Please be careful, but try to reach Dantro in time.
Marston, do you hear me? You might as well surrender. You can't run forever.
Surrender? That's your answer. Marston will never surrender.
Dantro and Marston are locked in deadly battle. Slats, the engineer, is trying to warn Dantro of FEMA, whose presence gives Marston the edge. We'll be back in a moment, so level up. When we left Dantro, he was pursuing Marston through the treacherous underground tunnels. Marston has fired on Dantro but missed. Slats, in the meantime, has gone to warn Dantro of FEMA, the deadly Martian cobra who is with Marston. Dantro is unaware of FEMA's presence, and he stands vulnerable to attack in the tunnel.
Dantro! Dantro! Oh, where the dickens are they? I can't keep this pace up much longer. I've just got to find them before it's too late. Dantro! Dantro, it's me, Slats!
Only we had some way of knowing whether your trick worked, Professor Darrow. You say you deliberately drew Marston's fire, knowing that his ray would pass right through your image? Do you remember anything else then?
No, Judge, it's just as I told you. The ray must have harmed the machine, for suddenly my whole picture of the room blocked out.
This waiting is so difficult. I gave orders to the fleet to descend at once and send armed search parties into the tunnels. Until we get word from them, we have no way of knowing whether Marston or our friends have won out.
I know how you feel, Judge. After all, Pat is my flesh and blood, and Slats is almost like a son.
Well, at least the two youngsters are safe. They arrived at Planaria Rex just a few hours ago.
Just a little bit further, and we'll have Planet Man where we want him, huh, Fever? A little bit further, if I remember, there should be a chasm in the floor. Let him think he has me cornered, and then we'll show him our little trick. Won't we, Fever?
Marston, I know you're just ahead of me. You might as well surrender.
Ah, here's the edge of the chasm. Now, FEMA, be ready. When I say go, see that you strike straight and true. Planet Man, you have me cornered. I cannot go any further.
If you surrender now, I will see that you get a fair trial.
How do I know I can trust you?
You'll have to take that chance. Throw down your ray gun.
If I do, will you throw yours down also?
No tricks.
I know when I am beaten, Planet Man. You can depend on my word.
Very well. When I say 3, you throw your weapon out on the floor of the tunnel where I can see it. Then I will do the same.
Start counting, Planet Man.
1, 2, 3.
There it goes.
And there is mine.
Now, FEMA, strike.
Dantro, FEMA, look out! Oh, no!
Marston, that was your last bit of treachery. I'm coming after you.
Planet Man, you still live. FEMA, you failed me.
Look out, Marston, the chasm!
No!
Slats certainly was a brave man to throw himself in the way of that flying cobra, FEMA. We'll never forget his heroic deed.
He's that kind of person, Judge Augustus. And you know, when we picked him up, he smiled and said, "That FEMA. He must be stupid if he thinks his poison could kill me. Why, I'm so full of Army snake serum from World War II that it would take Marston's bite to put me out of commission."
He's resting comfortably, sir, and should be up and around very soon. He was delighted to know that Marston's dead because of his brave deed.
Are you sure? We never did find the body.
Well, no one could have survived that fall. No, I think we can forget Marston and his evil. We have more important things to discuss.
That's right. The Council has promised to discuss the entrance of Earth into the League of Planets. Won't that be wonderful, Father? Can you imagine how they'll feel back home when they discover that for years the other planets have been inhabited, watching Earth and waiting for the first spaceship to be launched?
Yes, Pat, it will be quite a surprise. I might even say a shock. That's why I agree with Judge Augustus that we must plan the whole thing carefully. If mistakes are made, it can create a great deal of trouble. You must remember that the Earth is still divided into many factions. If one side or the other sees an opportunity to use this as a means of getting the upper hand, the news of the existence of the League of Planets may bring on a great tragedy.
Do you think we'll be allowed to go back with the first emissaries from Planaria Rex?
It will be most essential that you do. Your father is an interplanetary figure, and his words will be listened to and believed.
Isn't it time we attended the council meeting?
Yes. Let's hurry along.
Alone in the darkness. They think Marston is dead, but they've not heard the last of Marston. Here in this room are machines of the ancients they do not even dream exist. In time, I will learn how to use them. When I do, I will make the solar system pay for my suffering. One by one, the planets shall feel the weight of my anger. One by one. It will take time, but I can wait. Marston can wait.
Marston still lives, alone. But even alone, his presence is dangerous. What can one person like Marston do? What are these machines of which he speaks? And what powers do they hold? We'll be back in a moment. Tune in again for more transcribed thrills and adventures. Rocket millions of light years into space with Dan Troll, the Planet Man. The Planet Man.
Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal, invites you to rocket into the future with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet.
Minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0!
As rolling rockets blast off to distant planets and far-flung stars, we take you to the age of the conquest of space with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. For the cadets of Space Academy, the most exciting phase of training begins on a huge field, scarred and pitted by the blasts of raw power needed to break Earth's mighty clutch of gravity and set men free to rocket toward distant planets. For this is the Academy spaceport, takeoff point for duty, adventure, and danger. Today, the entire Academy fleet of spaceships is out on the field ready to blast off on a mysterious mission. On the control deck of the rocket cruiser Polaris, cadet pilot Tom Corbett, Roger Manning, and Astro await Commander Arkwright's orders.
Attention all cadet units.
Hey, listen, there's Commander Arkwright on the teleceiver.
Well, it's about time.
Hear this. Doubtless you've all been wondering why you've received no advance orders on today's mission. The reason is simple. As officers of the Solar Guard, you will often have to go into action without advance notice. For instance, when you are sent to track down and subdue an outlaw or enemy ship. As you want to do now.
Hey, hear that, fellas? Suppose we're really going after an outlaw?
Of course not, you Venusian
Your mission will not be a real one, of course. The supposed criminal ship will actually be the Solar Guard cruiser Arcturus, piloted by Captain
Captain Strong.
Lucky guy.
So that's why the skipper hasn't shown up.
What happens to us now? Do we just sit here?
As you all know, Captain Strong is in charge of the Polaris unit, and obviously cannot be aboard the Polaris now since he's been gone for several hours. It has been decided that the Academy's training program will be greatly aided by making this entirely a cadet operation. Therefore, on this mission, each cadet unit will be in charge of its own ship.
Oh, brother, listen to that.
Sounds good.
Instead of taking orders from Captain Strong, we'll be chasing him.
I'll bet he leads us a real chase.
Now, here are your instructions for training maneuver 32. Or, as Captain Strong calls it, Operation Hide and Seek.
Hide and seek.
The outlaw was reported entering Earth's orbit at point A25 in Sector 12. This report from Terra Station. Moon observers have spotted the ship leaving our orbit at point M47, Sector 89.
Got that, Roger?
Naturally, Junior,
All
naturally.
ships are to proceed to the last point of observation and pick up Captain Strong's trail, which may lead anywhere in the solar system. Then track him down and engage him in mock battle. Of course, you were not expected to defeat such an expert pilot.
Think you can lick him, Tom?
A top space ace like the captain? Not yet.
But you will be graded on your battle tactics, as revealed by photographic recordings, and also on the knowledge and intelligence you bring to your tracking. Not just on how soon you find the Arcturus, since that may depend partly on luck.
Not when I'm doing the plotting.
Okay, Hotshot. Just see that you produce results.
One more thing. As I said, there is a strong possibility of danger, and you must be prepared to face it. You know that ships have been vanishing from the space lanes recently. One of them, the Academy cruiser Pollux, which disappeared 3 months ago on a routine flight. So keep your eyes peeled for trouble. Now, take your stations and prepare to blast off.
Let's go, Roger. Astro.
Okay.
And spaceman's luck to all of you.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment. So stand by.
Fellas and girls, let me take you for a tour around the mess hall here at Space Academy. Well, it's breakfast time now, and all the cadets are down here eating. Up front there, you can see the main table. That's reserved for the officers. There's Commander Arkwright, one of his aides now. You know, Commander Arkwright sets a good example for the cadets at breakfast time. Right now, he's helping himself to a big bowl full of Kellogg's Pep. Oh, and there's Tom Corbett. Let's say hello.
Hi there. I heard what you said about Commander Arkwright eating Kellogg's Pep. Well, that's no surprise. I'm eating Pep, too. And if you look around, you'll see just about all the cadets eating Pep. We've got a tough day ahead, and we have to keep in shape. That's why it's Kellogg's Pep for breakfast. Kellogg's Pep helps us stay on the ball in gym and in the classroom, too. Everybody knows you can't make a good showing if you don't start your day with a hearty breakfast. That's why smart spacemen start their day with Kellogg's Pep.
That's right, Tom. You spacemen listening, take a tip from Tom Corbett. Start your day the spaceman's way. Ask Mom to serve up a man-sized helping of the better-than-ever build-up wheat cereal, Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
As the rocket cruiser Polaris hurtles away from Earth, Tom, Roger, and Astro are at their stations, ready to track down the Arcturus, commanded by Captain Strong, lurking somewhere in the depths of space. Now, as the powerful atomic drive speeds the Polaris out of Earth's atmosphere, Tom checks his unit mates.
Control to power deck. Check in, Astro. Power deck, aye. How's everything down there? Ship shape, Tom. The rockets are purring like kittens. Great. Check you later. End transmission. Control deck to radar bridge. Check in.
Radar bridge, aye.
Any astrogation data ready yet, Roger?
Long ago, sonny boy, long ago.
Sorry, big shot. I should have known. Okay, let's have the correction for deviation from course.
Coming up. Starboard 24 degrees, 17 minutes, up 3 degrees.
Starboard 20... What?
You heard me, space boy. Starboard 24 degrees, 17 minutes.
24? Hey, what goes here? You call yourself an astrogator, Roger? Do you know that your figures would take us inside Mars' orbit instead of the spot where the Arcturus was last seen?
Sure, I know it.
You know it? Well, what are you trying to do, knock us out of this operation?
Hey, what's going on here?
I'm glad you came up, Astro. Our genius on the radar bridge is taking us way off course.
What?
Just simmer down, kiddies, and listen, Uncle Roger.
Okay, let's have it. Fast.
Listen. Commander Arkwright gave us 2 points where the Arcturus had been seen, not just the last one. So I plotted its course and then extended it by extrapolation.
Extra what?
Now, don't let it throw you, bird brain. It just means using known facts to reach a logical mathematical conclusion. motion.
You, logical?
Sure. Why, even if the Arcturus went into an evasion curve, we'd pick up the trail hours before the others.
He could be right, Astro.
What Commander Arkwright said, proceed to the last point, and he also said it wasn't enough just to be fast.
Exactly. He said we should prove our knowledge and intelligence, and that's just what I'm doing.
Okay, genius. But look, suppose those first figures were just stuck in to make it sound like an actual mission. Then where would you be?
Nowhere. But would a guy like the commander just stick in a set of figures? He'd make sure they were real ones.
Yeah, he probably would.
Well, come on, let's go.
Hold your jets. Astro, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. It sounds good, but I'm never sure about Roger's shortcuts. I'll leave it up to you.
Well, right now, I don't know either. I'd sure like to have the Polaris come in first and best, but I'd hate to have her last and worst.
Well, come on, Junior, make up your mind.
All right, Roger. We'll do it your way.
Attaboy.
But believe me, brother, you'd better be right. Control deck to radar bridge. Control deck to radar bridge. Roger, check in, will you?
Blast it, Tom. Stop bothering me. I have to watch the sniffer for radiation traces.
Well, Astro and I have been waiting down here for an hour. Isn't there any sign of the Arcturus' trail yet?
No, I'll let you know when there is.
Yeah, if there is.
There will be. Hey, great Jupiter. We just entered the probability area. Just keep your gyro steady, fellas. I'll call you in transmission.
Huh. Keep our gyros steady. With our Academy ratings depending on his judgment.
Yeah, if he's followed us up, our names will be mud around the Academy.
You're so right, pal. Well, we might as well stay out with the rest of the space junk if anything happens.
Radar bridge control deck. Port 1 degree. Keep her level.
Right. Okay, Roger, on course. Have you got something?
Yeah, on the trail. Hold the ship steady as she goes.
Hey, nice going, Roger.
Think nothing of it, Astro. It's just a little old miracle.
Are you sure you're not just picking up cosmic radiation, Miracle Man?
Now, look, Corbett, I know the difference between random rays and a spaceship pattern. This is the Arcturus track. I'll bet my last cent on it.
Okay. I'm holding steady on your course.
That's it. Stick with Uncle Roger and his little sniffer, and you'll wear medals.
Yeah, if we don't wear out first.
Hey, genius.
You mean me, I suppose.
No one else. Where did you get that name, Sniffer?
Well, that's what it does, doesn't it? Or am I supposed to call it Radiation Detector Analyzer Mark III all the time?
It's a cinch you wouldn't, Roger.
Cut the chatter, you two. Roger, keep your eyes on that sniffer.
It'd better if he kept his nose at it.
Blow your jets, both of you. I got work to do.
Hey, I didn't make the hotshot mad, did I, Tom?
Oh, forget it. He's got a low boiling point anyway.
And not that I'd say it to his face, but he's a real top-drawer astrogator.
Yeah, that chance we took really paid off.
Radar bridge control deck. Check in quick.
Oh, that sounds like trouble.
Control deck aye. What's wrong, Roger? You didn't lose the trail, did you?
No, I didn't lose a trail. I found one. Another one.
You mean there are two trails?
Exactly, Junior. They run along together for a while, then go off in different directions. And I don't know which one to follow.
Radar bridge aye.
Getting anywhere in figuring out which of those two trails is the one we want?
Not yet, blast it. They're too similar.
Hey, Roger.
You in again, Astro what?
Maybe one of the trails was made by a commercial spaceship.
No, I thought so at first, but the radiation patterns didn't pan out. Both these patterns were made by rocket cruisers. They're practically identical.
Can you check on which is the freshest trail, Roger?
Well, sure, by a diffusion comparison, but I think I can guess which is the right one without that.
Well, you better not guess, Roger. You better take time to check.
Look, I am sure. The last trail must be the one that deviates most from the original course. Come on, 6 degrees starboard, 1 down, and we're in.
That's mighty thin reasoning, Roger.
Listen, Tom, wasn't I right the last time? Didn't I get us this far? Well, don't I get a chance to...
All right. Don't cry all over the equipment. You win. I'm setting up the new course. Okay with you, Astro? Well, I suppose so. But I don't like it much. Neither do I, but I guess it's another chance we have to take, so... full space speed and hope for the best. Hey, Tom, we're right on course, and the sniffer says the other ship is too. No deviation. Now, will you admit I was right?
Looks like it. Still, we may have more problems soon.
Yeah, what?
Well, we're moving in the general direction of Saturn, and you may have heard that Saturn has a moon.
9 moons, Professor.
I was thinking of the big one with the Solar Alliance colony.
Good old Titan. Remember the last time we landed there, that colonist's daughter?
Yeah, I remember. The Titan's been producing uranium as well as pretty girls.
So
freighters transporting the uranium back to Earth have all been using the space lane. And I think the Arcturus is heading for that lane.
Oh, you figure the Arcturus will make a run on the lane, merge its radiation trail with the others, and then blast out again, huh?
That's the way it figures to me.
Shows how wrong you can figure sometimes, Junior. The sniffer could pick out a cruiser pattern from 1 million made by freighters.
I hope you can prove that, Hotshot.
Don't worry, I will. Say, maybe I won't have to.
What do you mean?
I'm getting something on my scanner. It's a spaceship down dead ahead.
A ship on this course? Why, that couldn't be a freighter.
It must be the Arcturus. We found her.
Hey, Astro, did you hear that?
I sure did. Nice work, Roger. It's something funny, though.
Don't tell me you're not sure.
No, I'm surer than ever. The ship's making a good-sized blip on the screen now.
Already?
That's just it. The Arcturus should be burning up space, and instead she's just floating along, hardly moving. Great galaxy. Suppose it's not the Arcturus. It must be. I guess Captain Strong's just tired of playing hide and seek.
All right, fellas. If it is the Arcturus, then she's a sitting duck. We can blast in on them before they can maneuver. Maybe before they know we're around. And we ought to get in some good shots, even if they are just on film.
Hey, maybe we can even win this dogfight. Oh, brother, if we could, wouldn't that make us hot stuff around the academy?
It sure would. Okay, Roger. Keep your eyes on that screen. Astro, see if you can squeeze another couple of neutrons out of your rockets. Prepare to attack!
Radar to control.
Control eye.
Easier just to touch the starboard, Tom, about 1 point. That's got it. Now, keep watching your viewport. You too, Astro. The spaceship will be in sight in a second. Let's hope you got the right one, Roger.
Oh, it has to be, Astro. If we're wrong...
You're not wrong. Look. There it is.
It's a Solar Guard cruiser, all right, Astro.
It must be the Arcturus. Fellas, we're in.
Almost. We still have a strap on our hands, though. Okay, Roger, I'll handle the course visually now. You get on your gun control.
Right.
Stand by for changes in speed and course, Astro.
Aye, aye.
Remember, our guns contain telecams, not warheads. So there won't be any noise, only a little clicking sound.
Okay, let's start shooting.
We're not within range yet.
So what? We won't be wasting ammunition, just microphone.
We'll do it right anyway.
That's the wait time. The recorders will show it, too.
All right, coming into range. Ready, Roger? Ready? Fire forward battery.
Aye. Forward battery firing.
And right on the target. Okay, I'm starting to ease to port. Stand by to fire starboard battery. Forward battery, cease fire.
Cease fire, aye.
Fire starboard 1. Starboard 2.
Starboard battery's firing.
Keep them hot, Roger.
Hey, the Arcturus is waking up. They've seen us. Captain Strong's maneuvering to return fire.
Let him. Our pictures will show we got him first. But I'll try to outjockey him anyway.
He's opening his forward gun ports. Hey, Tom, look.
Great Jupiter, he's going to fire real warheads.
Is Captain Strong on space happy?
Here comes the first one. Astro, full blast on port steering rockets.
Full blast, aye. Here it comes. Wow, missed us.
And here comes another one. Astro, cut in emergency power. Let's get out of here.
Sweet line.
Roger, contact Captain Strong. Tell him to lay off.
That's what I'm trying to do. Hey, he's burning a full salvo.
Oh, brother, we'll never be able to duck all of them. Astro, hit the starboard steering jets.
You mate, brace yourselves, guys. We're going to be clobbered. Jupiter. Going towards the midships. Tom, you all right?
Yeah. Astro, check in.
Lower deck. Aye.
Astro, what's the matter with you?
Nothing, Tom. I'm okay.
Then give me more power.
I can't. Main drive. Damaged. I can't.
Astro, check in.
Sounds like he's hurt, Tom.
Blasted. Can't you raise the Arcturus, Roger?
Not now. My transmitter's shorted and the outside antenna is gone.
Oh, great. And look at the Arcturus. It's circling around. It's going to attack. And unless we can do something to stop it, we'll be blasted into meteor dust.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment. So stand by.
Hey, everybody, gather around and hear all about the swell prize you get free at no extra cost in every package of Kellogg's Pep. It's a magic moving picture eye. Know what that is? Well, let me tell you. The magic eye is a gleaming plastic disc with a picture mounted in the middle. Now, suppose your magic eye shows you funny man Bob Hope of Paramount Pictures standing there with a baseball bat in his hand. You just tip the magic eye back and forth in your hand, and Bob Hope starts swinging that bat all ready to swat the ball. You say it's magic, all right, and so will all your friends. And you can get other magic moving picture eyes, too. Next one might have a train on it. You tilt the magic eye, and... boy, the train starts smoking right down the track. How about that, Cadet Tom Corbett?
And say that's not all, Spaceman. You can get a complete set of 16 different magic eyes. You don't have to mail anything in. No box tops, no waiting. Just blast off on a cruise down to the grocery store and get a package of Kellogg's Pep.
Remember, there's a magic eye waiting for you right now, free at no extra cost in every package of the build-up wheat cereal, Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
Driving forward in a mock attack on the cruiser, they trailed through space. Tom, Roger, and Astro were jubilant about their success until the other ship suddenly opened fire with real and deadly atomic warheads. Now, with the Polaris damaged, Astro unconscious, and their communications knocked out, Operation Hide and Seek is no longer a game, but a desperate struggle for survival.
Roger, that isn't Strong's ship, it's the Pollux. The Academy ship that disappeared 3 months ago. What? Sure, it must have been stolen, and the crew kidnapped or killed. It all ties in. Commercial ships missing lately. This one loafing around a space lane.
But who'd have the nerve to take over an Academy cruiser?
I'm trying to tell you. Space pirates.
Great Academy ghosts. They're out to get rid of us before we can report.
Yes, they've got a darn good chance of succeeding, too.
Those dirty space rats. But what can we do?
Just one thing, I'm afraid. Run for it. Try to make the outer moons of Saturn.
We can't land on those hunks of rock. They'd nail us like shooting fish in a barrel.
We won't land. Just use the moons to dodge the pirates' viewers and radar for a while, until you get that transmitter working.
Then what?
Then I don't know. I'm not even sure we can make the moons. But it's the only chance we have, so full evasion course. Let's go!
Okay, Tom. The radio's putting out a weak signal. Now what?
Now I want you to call Titan.
Titan? What's the matter with you? You'd be giving our position away.
Now, wait a minute. I'm going to be Titan.
You?
Listen, make your call full emergency. Then switch off. Change the circuit a little so it will sound different. Switch on again, and I'll answer from here.
What are you going to...
Will you stop asking questions? Just do as I say. Make that call.
Okay. Here goes. Space Academy cruiser Polaris calling Titan Solar Guard Station. Polaris to Titan, emergency call. Over. Hold it. Now, Tom.
Titan station to Polaris. All units being alerted for emergency call. Go ahead, Polaris. Over. Okay, Roger. Make it sound good.
We are under attack by space pirates and stolen Academy ship Pollux. Earlier attack temporarily knocked out our radio, now repaired. We are in full evasion course around outer moons. Can you send help? Over. Go ahead, Tom.
Message received. Help on its way. 3 Solar Guard ships about to blast off. We'll knock those pirates right out of space. Meanwhile, maintain radio silence. Over.
Thanks, Titan. We'll be waiting. In transmission.
Well, that's it. Now we hope for the best.
Yeah, but maybe those space rats didn't even hear the message.
Maybe not. So we'd better keep dodging.
Hey, the Pollux just showed up on my scanner.
Well, that means they can spot us, too. Stand by for another sharp turn.
Hold it. Why strain the Polaris when we don't have to?
Don't have to.
The pirate said hightailing it away from here.
Then he did hear us. We're off the spot.
Now what?
Now we head for Titan and report.
Yeah, but by the time we can alert the Solar Guard, he'll be in the clear. Tom, we gotta follow him.
We can't, Roger. Not in the shape we're in.
Look, I know it's asking for trouble, but they won't be expecting us to follow them.
Sorry, Roger. I'd be willing to take the chance, but you're forgetting Astro. He's still unconscious. We've got to get him to a doctor.
Oh, yeah, but Tom, he'll be all right. He's tough. And anyway, you said he wasn't badly hurt.
I said I didn't think so. I'm not a medic. I'm not sure.
But you'd know he'd want us to.
Probably, but he's in no condition to say so. And we can't gamble with his life.
He's not that bad. You're just scared.
Not at all. I just stop to think sometimes. Now, let's have the course for Titan.
But Tom, Okay, I'll figure the course.
And no tricks, hotshot. Our next stop is Titan. As far as we're concerned, this is the end of Operation Hide and Seek.
Don't miss the next action-packed episode with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, when the crew of the crippled Polaris encounters the pirate ship again. And there is a battle to the death in part 2 of Operation Hide and Seek. Tune in, same time, same station, for the next thrilling interplanetary adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Brought to you by Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal. Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, starring Frankie Thomas, can also be seen on television and appears in the comic sections of many of America's leading newspapers. Look for it daily and in weekend editions. Featured in the cast were Al Markham, Jan Merlin, and Carter Blake. Today's program was written by Don Hughes and directed by Drex Hines. Jackson Beck speaking.
Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret. Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret.
And what a secret. In Kellogg's Raisin Bran, the tasty raisins are dipped in honeycomb. That means plumper, more tender raisins, along with delicious golden crisp bran flakes. Both fruit and cereal all in one box. And no other raisin bran but Kellogg's gives you the tender goodness of raisins dipped in honeycomb. That's Kellogg's secret. So, for your breakfast, make sure you get Kellogg's, because
Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret.
From out of the future comes Star of Space!
Nova City Space Station calling Captain Star. Nova City Space Station calling Captain Star. Report for special space mission.
Nova City Spaceport to Spaceship Shooting Star.
Sergeant Stripes on Spaceship Shooting Star. Come in, Nova City.
Prepare to blast.
Roger. Well, we're all set, Captain Star.
Good, Stripes. I'll take over.
Gail, all set.
Right. Forward scanner open. We're cleared for blast, Skipper.
Port's locked.
Port's locked.
We're okay for blast, Nova City.
Pile building up.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release! What was our last reading, Stripes?
Now, let's see. 1 Estron off Xiron Parallax.
Hold course.
Hold course. You know, we've never blasted along the space lane before, Skipper.
No.
Matter of fact, the Universe Space Lane maps advise against following this lane.
Yeah, I know.
Then, what are we doing following it?
Orders.
Okay, I can take a hint. So you don't want to tell me what our mission is?
Well, I can't.
Oh, real top secret stuff.
No. I don't know what it is.
One of those trips, huh?
Yeah, one of those trips.
Yeah, one of those trips.
Slow rockets, Stripes.
Slow rockets.
Skipper, check number 2 scanner. Hurry.
I'm on number 2 scanner now, Gail.
I'm picking up a slight distress signal from it.
We're getting the signal in here now.
Well, what is it?
Well, it looks like a spaceship, yet it doesn't.
That must be
It must? I mean, what must be what?
Gail, stand by to establish orbit for our ship.
You mean we're going to board the ship?
Yes, Gail.
But...
Stripes, you'll stand by here with the blasters trained on the ship. If Gail and I are back in 30 minutes, start blasting.
Yes, sir. You know, Skipper, this mission reminds me of our rockets.
How's that, Stripes?
Flip of the switch. Get into both.
See anything, Skipper?
Nothing. Let's go this way.
It looks
ghost ship almost. So many things have been stripped, see? Panels have been taken out, and so have some of the equipment.
Yeah, somebody wanted to make sure that the ship would never leave its orbit. Oh, here's the door. Get behind me. And use your blaster if you have to.
Skipper, look. What is it?
It belongs to the Zyron race.
Why does he have that outlandish headgear on?
Zyron's lung structure differs from ours. They breathe with the aid of a special apparatus that's housed in the headgear.
Is he alive?
I don't know. Hey, look.
The headgear's been tampered with.
Well, he seems to be reacting to the oxygen capsule.
It's hard to tell with all that weird contraption covering his face.
Earthman.
Yes. Yes, we're Earth people. I'm Captain Starr. This is Gail Archer.
My name is Talon. I am from Zion.
Our scientific space department picked up your distress signal and gave it to me. I'm with Space Fleet.
I have heard of you, Captain Starr. I have a little time left to live. Must talk fast.
Well, what do you mean?
Evil one, destroy my breathing apparatus in headgear. Then leave me to die here in space.
Who are the evil ones?
Outlanders, men who look much like yourself.
The space criminals.
Yeah. They escaped from Solar Federation prison a few months ago.
My people are seekers of truth, like your people, Earthmen. Outlanders plan to use my people and their invention for evil purposes. You must stop them, Captain.
Stop them? From what?
My people have invented no ray machine. This machine can do much good for people of the universe, but can also destroy life as well as help it. You will find plans and other information in Strongbox in operations room. Study them well. My sister, Queen Nilo, will help you.
Oh, what's that, Skipper?
Hey, Skipper, the airlocks on our ships are pulling apart.
Secure your airlock, Stripes.
Yeah, but how are you going to
Never mind. Secure your airlock and follow us down.
The ship's pulled apart, Skipper.
Help me with this controls, Gail. I'll switch over to Jules.
But there isn't any firing lever.
Just guide it. If we can find a clearing, we'll glide in.
Judging from that jagged terrain below, that's a big if, Skipper.
Sergeant Stripes on Shooting Star. Come in, Captain Star. Oh, doggone it. Sergeant Stripes on Shooting Star to Captain Star. Come in.
This is Star.
Are you okay, Captain?
Yes, we found a clearing.
Well, look, I've spotted one about, I'd say about 5 Earth miles from where you sat down.
Oh, good. Now, listen, when you land, contact us. We can't leave the ship without spacesuits. There's no oxygen on this satellite.
Okay, look, I'll bring your suits along. Tell me, are there any communicators aboard that ship?
No, none, Stripes, none.
Oh. Well, maybe I can work mine through your panel board so I can be in constant touch with you when I leave this ship. I won't promise so.
Yeah, well, try it. Oh, and Stripes.
Yeah?
Every minute counts. The atomic fuel's leaking in the ship. Atomic radiation will be setting in a few hours.
It was slowing down, Skipper.
Yes, I know. You hear the plans that Talon told us about, Gail?
Is Talon dead?
Yeah. About 5 minutes ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Talon did what a lot of other conscientious people have done throughout the history of our universe. He gave his own life so that others might live. That's why we must stop the Outlanders from using the ray machine so that Talon will not have died in vain.
What is the ray machine, Skipper?
A machine that will harness electrical powers and convert them into useful channels. It can also be used to destroy, as Talon told us. Burns all the life in the ray's path.
Is it that powerful?
Yeah. The Outlanders use it against Earth, well, they could...
Skipper, listen. The atomic indicator is stopped.
Well, we only have about an hour before atomic radiation sets in.
We haven't heard from Stripes in over 2 hours now.
The rig he thought might work with his communicator wasn't usable then.
But why did the two ships pull apart anyway?
Whoever left the ship last probably fixed the airlock so that it wouldn't hold for long, just in the event someone did discover the ship.
Oh, I'm scared, Skipper.
I know, but... Well, Stripes will be here soon.
Yeah, that's right. And Stripes will be here soon.
What are you doing, Gail?
Just making sure that Stripes does get here, Skipper. I'm saying a little prayer.
Come in, Queen Ilo.
Why did your man bring me here, Adak?
I'll be very brief, Queen Ilo. From now on, there'll be no queen here on Zyron.
Oh, what do you mean?
You're announcing to your people that I'm going to become ruler of this planet.
I don't understand. My brother Talon welcomed you here to our planet. You have been treated well.
You missed the point. I like it here. So much that I intend to stay. Your people are very smart, Queen Nilo, and I can use them. They can invent many things that can be useful to me.
My people use their talents for all people of the universe.
Yes, they have until now. Take that ray machine, for instance. With it, I can soon control Earth. And whoever controls Earth controls the universe. Now, do you understand?
Yes. You are evil. You and your men hold evil thoughts. When my brother Talon returns,
You'll wait a long time, Queen Nilo. Your brother is dead by now. He was foolish. He was going to turn my men and myself over to the Earth Authority.
Nilo will never do as you ask, Adak.
Very well. Until you do as I say, you'll be my prisoner. You have 24 Earth hours to make your decision. If you don't do as I ask, then your people will suffer.
Hey, Skipper. It's me, Stripes. Come on, open up. Hey, Skipper. Gale. Well, if I could only reach that lock in there, I could break through the door. I made it. Now for one big push against the door now. Hey, Skipper. Hey, Skipper. Are you all right?
Get Gail into a spacesuit. Hurry.
I'll get you both in suits. Now, look, take it easy. I'll get you and Gale both back on Shooting Star, and everything will be all right.
You feeling better, Skipper?
Yeah, but Gail is still unconscious.
Look, then we better turn around and take her back to Earth.
We can't. We don't have that much time. According to Talon's plans, we found the ray machine can be put into operation within the next 24 Earth hours.
I see.
That means we only have a little time to stop the Outlanders from getting control of it.
Yeah, but what about Gale, Skipper?
Well, if you were in Gale's place and had the same situation facing you, would you want us to take you back to Earth?
Okay. I think I know what Gale would want.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
The oxygen treatment that you gave her should revive her. I'm sure it isn't atomic poisoning.
Well, I hope not. Well, look, we can't notify Zyron Spaceport that we're coming.
No. Now we'll have to find a landing spot outside of their main city.
Yeah. Skipper, you said the Zeronians were great inventive people.
Yeah. They never think of using their inventions for any other purpose than good. That's why it'd be easy for the Outlanders to move in on them. They're very unassuming people.
Well, who do you think's in charge of the Outlanders?
Well, it's just a guess, Stripes. But Adak was among the space criminals that broke out of Solar Prison.
Yeah, Adak, I remember him. He was a space hijacker, and they caught him on Mars.
Yeah, that's right. So the court found him guilty and recommended that he be sent to a mental institution. But before they could transfer him there, he made the break.
Well, shouldn't we contact Commodore Bradford?
No, we can't risk it.
Yeah, but we have a closed circuit.
So did the Outlanders.
Huh?
When they broke prison, they forced the guard to blast off an official solar ship. I'd be willing to bet they're tuned in on a closed circuit right now.
Oh, if that's the case, we could be in real trouble as soon as we set our ship down on Xiron. Well, our landing didn't seem to attract any attention by the natives, Skipper.
No. The soupy atmosphere here on Xiron covered us.
Look, is Gail better?
It's hard to tell right now. She seems to be resting better.
You don't think the lack of oxygen destroyed any brain cells, do you?
We'll know in the next few hours. You'll stay here with us, Stripes. Now, if for any reason I don't get back or if Gail gets worse, blast off for Earth.
Oh, I'd like to be able to help you, Skipper.
Gail needs your help right here now.
Okay, look, how are you going to keep people from recognizing you?
I brought Telon's headgear with me. I'm taking a small supply of oxygen capsules along. That way I'll be able to breathe inside the headpiece. Oh, help me out with the gear, will you?
All right. Okay, here we go now. Over the head.
Do you think this will fool them, Stripes?
Jumping Jupiter. You even talk like a Zeronian.
Yeah. Now, as soon as I jump outside, seal the airlock and keep it sealed. Don't open it until you hear this signal. Got it?
Yeah, I got it. Well, good luck, Skipper.
Same to you, Stripes.
Well, I hope luck's enough.
What do you mean that part of the ray plans have been lost?
Telon take plans with him. Say he bring them back, but Telon not come back.
The ray machine has to be completed.
Can make suggestion as one.
Then what are you waiting for?
First must make agreement.
Oh, some payoff credits,
Oh,
huh?
yes, that one, yes.
Well, if I had time, All right, I'll pay. What's your price?
When that one is made ruler of Xiron, would like to be remembered for assisting him.
Oh, then you recognize Adek as a leader, huh?
Oh, yes, that one.
Very well, you can have what you want. Now, what do you know?
Telon leave information on ray machine with Queen Nilo.
Yes, just go on.
That one would not appreciate or understand information that Telon left. Information in ancient Xiron language. Who people understand.
How do you know all this?
Do not ask how you learn your knowledge.
Very well. How do we get this information?
Take me to Queen Nilo. Keep me alone with her short time. I get information.
How do I know you'll tell me the truth after you talk with Queen Nilo?
Would be afraid to not tell us one. We make bargain. I keep mine.
All right. I'll see that you're left alone with Queen Nilo for 30 minutes. If you can't get the information we need, then I'll get it my way.
Who are you? I do not know you.
But I know of you, Queen Nilo.
Is this another one of Adok's tricks?
This isn't a trick, Queen Nilo. I'm Captain Star of the space fleet from Earth.
I do not understand.
Just a minute.
Why do you bolt the door?
I haven't much time to explain. I found your brother's ship in space, and he told me about the ray machine and the Outlanders.
Is Telon alive?
No, none, sir.
Then Adok killed him.
Yes. We can't do anything for Telon, but we can stop Adok.
But what can I do, Captain Star? Adok is holding me a prisoner.
Adok doesn't trust me. He's back sooner than he promised. Now, look, we must hurry. Stand over by the door. As soon as Adok walks into the room, I'll grab him and you close the door. Do you understand?
Yes. But what we do then?
Leave that to me. Are you ready?
Yes.
Unlock the door.
Close the door!
It won't move!
Close it!
Oh, you're moving the way in! What can
work.
You knew it was me all the time.
No, I didn't. I must admit that you had me fooled until...
Until what?
Until my men picked up two of your friends.
Right. Skipper, I couldn't help it.
My men were rather rough with them, especially around the face, as you can see. Take them both away. You'll remain here in your room, Queen Nilo. You still have a few hours left to make your decision.
They used some sort of special rig gun on the ship's door that melted it down. I tried to fight them, Skipper, but there are too many. Oh, they really worked me over.
What'd they do with Gail?
Oh, Adak sent her to the hospital.
Oh, I'm thankful for that.
At least he told one of the guards to take her there.
If anything happens to Gail, I'll have... Oh, I'll what? I can't do anything in here.
I guess we sort of threw a bunker wrench into the works, didn't we?
It couldn't be helped, Stripes. Forget it. How do you feel?
Oh, like one of those ancient Ubangi natives, you know, the one with the big lips. Oh. Hey, Stripes, look.
One of the cell blocks is moving.
Yeah, and if it is, somebody's moving it. They don't move by themselves.
I'll get on one side. You get on the other.
Right. Hey, it's Queen Nilo.
We're right here.
This is our secret passageway that leads to the upstairs where Adak is. My brother put it in many years ago. It opens onto the room also where Adak was holding me a prisoner.
Oh, saved by a hole in the wall.
Don't count your blessings until they're arrived. It's at least a chance, though. Come on, Stripes.
Right. Say no more, Skipper. I owe him something, and I'm just itching to pay it back. Let me do it.
Very good, Stripes. Very good.
Don't mention it, Skipper. That one's on me.
I'll pick him up and revive him.
Right.
Adak has to pass me through his guards at the building where the ray machine is being made. I want you to go to the hospital and make sure that Gail is all right.
Right.
Oh, Queen Nilo? As soon as we're outside, get some of your people and have them take over here. Oh, there aren't many of Adak's men here, are there?
Most of them are at the ray plant.
Good. We'll leave as soon as Stripes brings Adak around.
Oh, that may be some time, sir. I gave him that extra special payment plan. You know, the one with the punch. Well, like I was telling you, Commodore Bradford, we captured Adak and all of his men, and the ray machine has been turned over to Solar Federation. The ray machine will make it possible for new things that'll help the people of the universe.
And how is Gail Archer?
Gail Archer? She's fine. Fit as a Martian kitten and as pretty, I might add. Well, it's good to be home again, sir. At least we'll be home soon, and we'll establish an orbit as soon as you assign us a berth to land in. Well, that completes the report, Skipper.
Oh, it sounded good, Stripes, but did it really happen the way you said it did?
What do you mean? We caught Adak, we stopped the ray production, and Queen Nilo got her command back.
You mean her people?
Yeah, her people.
And we got Gail back.
Well, she never left us, did she?
And I never will. If I can't take Captain Starr and Cadet Sergeant Stripes with me, I'm not going.
You know, there's one thing that bothers me, Skipper.
Yeah, what's that, Stripes?
Well, I know the people on Xiron had to wear those weird headgears because their breathing apparatus was inside of them.
So, what's your problem?
Well, it isn't exactly a problem. It's not my problem anyway. It's a problem of the people who live on Xiron.
And that is?
Well, that is, with all that equipment covering their faces, how do they steal a kiss or two?
Well, a good question, Stripes. Let me answer it with another question.
All right, go ahead.
If you had to live on Xiron, and if you had to wear all that headgear, how could you steal a kiss?
I see what you mean. In other words, where there's a will, there's a way.
Always, Stripes, always.
Captain Starr of the Space Fleet is based on characters created by Tom Hubbard and written for radio by Tom Hubbard and Fred Eggers. John Larch is heard as Captain Starr, Jane Harlan as Gail Archer, and Tom Hubbard as Cadet Sergeant Stripes. Captain Starr comes to you transcribed from Hollywood.
Adventures in Time and Space, transcribed in future tense. We're not done. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction, bring you Dimension X. The rocket drove through space like a silver fish in an endless tank, the stars in black velocity swirling by. Inside her case, tiny, finite specks of humanity controlled the tremendous power that impelled her so relentlessly toward the other galaxies. Who were these men? What mad, fantastic need and desires had caused them to abandon Mother Earth and venture to the ends of the universe?
Captain Hollis.
What is it, Stone?
Magnetic storm dead ahead, sir.
And the aperture?
About 100-mile gap between elements, sir, but shifting rapidly.
Switch on the radar screen. Let's have a look.
Yes, sir. There are asteroids in it, Captain.
I see that. Thank you, Stone.
Sir?
What?
Any change in course?
What for?
The storm, sir.
If I decide to change course, I'll issue the order.
At the rate we're approaching, it'll be too late to issue an order.
Mr. Stone, do I need to remind you who's master of this ship?
Look, sir, there are 25 other lives to be considered besides your own. Those asteroid ships are our course.
That's enough, Stone.
It's not enough, Captain.
Return to your post.
Captain, for God's sake, don't be pig-headed about this. There's a magnetic storm dead ahead. Are you going to risk the lives of all of us just so you can hang your hat on some lousy interplanetary record? We know this means a lot to you. Sure, you can be fleet admiral if you beat those Asiatic ships to Venus. That's fine, but we value our lives.
I happen to value my life just as much as any man aboard this craft, Mr. Stone. But I wasn't brought up to be a lily-livered dare-nothing. Now get back to your post, or I'll have you court-martialed. Well, Mr. Stone?
Okay.
Okay what, Mr. Stone?
Okay, sir.
Impudent young pig.
Maybe he's right, Lewis.
Well, you stick to being ship's doctor. You're good at that. I'll navigate this fish.
You're the captain. Only I'd hate to pile up on some little asteroid, especially when a simple thing like changing course.
Simple thing? Do you know what a change in course would mean? The slightest deflection would throw us 1,000,000 miles off at this speed. It'd take days to get back on the vector. By that time, one of the Asiatic ships would have landed on Venus and claimed the whole blasted planet. We're in a race, Charles.
Well, suppose they did claim Venus. There's nothing but rocks and jungle anyway.
It isn't that. It's the idea of someone beating us.
You know, Lewis, I always get a little bit jittery when men are willing to die for symbols.
You're a cynic.
Maybe.
Get Molly. Get Molly.
Alice, what is it, Lester?
Captain, the radar tracking shows a foreign object dead ahead.
What?
Check your screen, sir.
Good Lord, the whole blasted storm has shifted dead on. Engine room.
Mission chamber.
Fire up your starboard cyclotron.
Aye, sir.
You can't make it in time, Lewis. Listen to that radar bounce.
Shut up. Now hear this. Now hear this. Condition red. Fasten your spacesuit.
Forward cyclotron at capacity.
Open the fission chamber. Emergency blast.
Aye, sir.
It's it off.
You think we'll make it?
We've got to make it.
Suppose one of those asteroids decides to shift.
Will you shut up?
It doesn't sound good, Lewis.
Another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
There was a meteorite.
Good God!
Look out!
Hello? Hello, anyone? Can you hear me? I can see you floating out there. Can you hear me? For God's sake, answer if you can. I don't want to just float out here alone.
Stone, is that you?
Who is it?
Captain Hollis.
What happened?
We struck an asteroid. Ship blew up.
Is anybody else alive?
I don't know.
I can see some spacesuits floating in space not far from me, but I don't know if they're alive.
Maybe they just don't hear us.
Their radios are working, they do.
Hello? Hello, somebody?
Doc, is that you?
Lewis?
Yes,
Thank God. Anybody else alive?
Stone.
Hello, Doctor. Oh. Are you all right? Okay so far.
That's three of us, anyway.
Lewis,
Yes?
we seem to be moving away from each other. That's right. I can hardly see you now.
It's the momentum. We were all thrown in different directions. Since there's no friction, we'll pick up speed.
Is there some way we could stick together at least?
I'm afraid not.
If there's no friction, then there's nothing to stop us.
That's right, Stone.
But then we'll just keep falling. Maybe forever.
Not forever. You'll fall until you get into one of the gravitational fields of some planet. After that, you'll fall toward the planet.
Mother in heaven, what a way to die.
Nobody's going to die. Those Asiatic ships will be along this way. We can radio to them when they get in range.
Aren't you forgetting something, Lewis?
What's that?
The commanders of those other ships may not be quite so willing to run through a magnetic storm. They may have altered course. If they have, they won't come within 1 million miles of us.
We'll have to take our chances on that.
It's a long way down. A long, long way down.
Let's have no talk of that kind, Stone.
I don't want to die.
Stone, I said can it.
Can it yourself.
What?
You heard me. This is a mutiny of one. Don't try to put your rank on me now, mister. You'll be 10,000 miles away in another hour.
So help me, I'll have you court-martialed when we're picked up.
Let's not kid ourselves. Nobody's going to be picked up. I've got a few things to get off my chest before we lose contact with each other. Don't let it drop.
Let him talk.
Thanks. Your ship was a bad ship, and you were a bad captain. I hope you break when you hit the moon.
Thanks for the goodwill, Stone.
That isn't all. I believe there are different kinds of deaths, Captain. Just as there are different kinds of lives. Yours should be pretty interesting because you've been dead for years. Oh.
Let him.
When was the last time you had an honest human feeling, Captain? I'll bet you don't even remember when. I don't think you're capable of any kind of strong feeling. Do you have a wife, Captain? I'll bet she won't miss you one bit. Children?
I have a son, little boy.
Maybe he'll grow up to be a hero like his daddy. A tin hero with a piece of stone where other men have hearts.
Are you quite finished?
I've said it. Well, so long, Doc. So long. I'm headed for the sun. Somehow I don't like the idea of falling into the sun. I'm going to take a quicker way out. No, Stone, don't be a fool. I'm going to smash the faceplate on my helmet and let the oxygen escape.
Stone, don't do it. We're going to be rescued. Stone.
See you all in some other universe? God have mercy.
He was headed for the sun. I can barely see him now.
Looks like Mercury for me. How about you, Lewis?
I'm headed for Earth. Funny, isn't it? That I should be going back to Mother Earth this way. I'm nothing but a human meteor, Charles. When I hit the Earth's atmosphere, I'll burn like a match. Charles. Charles, can you still hear me?
I can hear you. It's getting fainter now. We must be several thousand miles apart.
We should be able to talk for another 20 minutes or so at the speed we're falling away from each other.
What are you thinking about, Lewis?
I was thinking about Stone. What he said.
Don't let it get you.
You know, in a way, he was right.
He was insane. The shock knocked him off balance.
No. Each of us dies in a different way. Each of us has his own life to look back on. Huh?
What's that?
I don't know. It sounds like Lester.
Hello? Hello, Lester. Can you hear us?
I don't think so. It's possible that the sending unit of his Radio is working, but the receiving unit is damaged.
Singing good stuff to keep up his nerves.
Right there. Hello? Hello? Anybody alive? This is engineer's mate Harry Lester. Hello? Mother of heaven, ain't there somebody that talks to me at least?
Lester, can you hear me?
Hello? Listen, anybody. If you can hear me, this is engineer's mate Harry Lester. We had an accident. We were... Oh, what's the use?
He doesn't even know we can hear him.
Poor devil may have forgotten to switch on his receiving unit.
Well, there are three of us again anyway.
This isn't much comfort. Maybe Stone's way is best.
Don't be a fool. We're going to be picked up.
I doubt
We
it.
must. I must. I've too much to accomplish in life to die like this. A fellow like Stone or Lester, they come a dime a dozen. If I was in line to be commander of the whole fleet. You know what that means, Charles? Commander of the hemisphere.
No, I don't know what it means. I never wanted to be commander of anything but myself. And I never even came close to that.
Helen was counting on it. Stevie, too, in his own little way.
It's hardest for Helen. Steely's too young to understand.
He'll know. He'll know his daddy went out with a ship. Like a man. They'll give him a medal.
Louis, I'm beginning to think that maybe Stone was right about you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Oh, nothing.
No, Charles. I want to know. We've shipped together a good many years. You never told me what you really think of me, whether or not you've envied my success. I'd like to know now. We've nothing to do but talk anyway.
I've never envied anything except the fact that you're falling back to earth, Louis. I've admired you as I admire some sort of perfect machine. But that's where it stopped. You know the trouble with you, Louis?
Well?
You can't cry.
What?
You can't cry.
Well, men don't cry, only children.
That's what I mean, Louis. You can't cry.
I don't know what the devil you're babbling about.
Well, skip it.
Now, look here. There's one thing.
I had a wife on Mars. I had a wife on Jupiter. And I had a wife on Venus. Everyone made money and treated me swell.
What's he babbling about?
I don't know. He seems to be reminiscing about his life.
I had some nice times, I did. Oh, Roxy. She didn't know about any of them others. Roxy. Married 15 years and she still looks like a schoolgirl. And there's a boy, too. I wonder what he's doing now. And like he's not in some mischief. I remember when I was thinking of I said to him, I says, now, my son, take good care of your mom and don't get fresh with the girls. He'd slap me if he didn't wink at me and smile that winning smile of his and say, all right, Dad, take care of you, come back well. Oh, no, we miss you terrible much. Oh, well, Eddie, Lister, you can't complain. You've had the best of it and some to spare.
Simple soul.
Too simple.
I envy him.
Why?
Because he has all that to hang on to. Women always frightened me. I ran from them. Always wanting them and jealous of men like Lester for having them. And jealous of him for being able to spend money without fear and for as much happiness as he could have in his own wild way. Haven't you ever wanted that?
Don't be a fool.
The difference between us and Lester is that he lives in the present. He gets into the experience of the moment. You and I, Louis, we live in the past and in the future, but never in the present.
Could we change the subject?
I thought you wanted to talk.
Well, let's talk about something else. Charles? Charles? Charles, are you there? Charles, answer me!
I just switched to my auxiliary battery. I'm sorry.
Well, don't do that.
Afraid to be alone?
I've never been afraid of anything in my life, and you know it.
I wonder.
It's a long way back down.
Why doesn't he shut up?
Louis.
What?
Louis, I got myself into a meteor swarm. Some little asteroid.
Meteors?
I think it's that Myrmidon cluster that goes out past Mars and then swings in towards Earth once every 5 years. I'm right in the middle of it now. It's like a big kaleidoscope. All kinds of colors and shapes and sizes. God, it's beautiful, all that metal. I'm going with them. They're taking me with them. Well, I'll be doggone. Remember when you were a kid, Louis? Held a kaleidoscope to your eye, gave it a twirl? That's what I'm part of now.
Keep talking. I can barely hear you now.
They're taking me off, Louis. Hold on.
Charles! Charles, don't leave me alone like this. Charles! Charles! Lester! Lester, can you hear me?
It's over time. I got drunk once and gambled away $1,000.
Why don't you shut up?
Then there was the time Roxy and I made love on the sand down at Aldgate Bridge.
It's all over, Lester. It's just as if it never happened.
And Annie, you've no regrets, really.
What good does it do you, you fool? When the thing's over, it's not good anymore. You're no better off than me. Look at what I've accomplished.
Roxy.
You floating there languishing over some skinny, misbegotten slut of a wife.
Roxy.
My wife is beautiful. Understand? Beautiful. Like marble.
Well,
like chiseled marble.
You'll find herself another man. She'll have some more good times.
No, she won't. She'll be faithful to my memory. Helen, you will be faithful, won't you? You'll never forget me.
Long way.
I won't listen. I'll switch off my radio. There, that's better. You're alone now, Captain Hollis. Alone with yourself. And your thoughts. And your memories. Going back to Earth like a human rocket and remembering.
Louis, is that you?
Yes, Helen, it's me.
I missed you.
Have you?
Didn't you know?
But I thought... we quarreled.
Oh, I've forgotten about that.
I had some trouble, Helen.
We won't talk about it. You're home now. That's the important thing. Stevie is so excited.
Stevie, where is he?
Right here, darling. Stevie? Steve? Daddy!
Hello, son.
You're going to stay with us this time, aren't you, Daddy? You're going to stay at home and we'll go fishing and play pool together, just like you promised.
Well, Stevie...
I'm collecting seashells, Dad. I've got a whole collection of them, all different colors. Would you like to see them?
Yes, I would, son.
I'll go up and get them. I've got them in my room. Don't go away, Dad. I'll be right back.
I won't go away. He's, quite a little guy, isn't he?
I'm glad you're finally getting together with him.
What? What do you mean, Helen?
You've always seemed so, detached from him. Steve is a sensitive little creature. All he ever wanted from you really was just a little affection and respect, Louis. Just a little respect for the things he felt and wanted.
I've been a good father. Nobody can ever say I haven't been a good father. Certainly not you, not after what happened.
Don't get defensive, Louis, please. I'm trying to bring us a little closer together.
I've given him everything a boy should have. Toys, boxing gloves. I've taught him to hunt and take care of himself.
Yes, you've done all those things.
Well, then.
It's just, sometimes when he's come to you, he feels so alone. All he wants is for you to put your arms around him and reassure him, that's all.
He's going to be a man. I don't want him to be soft.
What is it, Louis? What is there about being soft that you despise?
Sissy's a soft.
Christ was soft.
Now, don't start that business again, will you?
I'm trying to make you understand, please.
I understand what you're trying to do. You're like all of them. They want to make you a woman. Like them. They want to drain you of your manhood so they can control you, manipulate you.
You
won't understand, will you? You won't trust me or anybody else, including yourself.
Now you're talking belly wash again.
Oh, let's not build that wall between us, Louis. Not this time. I had it all planned when you came back. We'd go down to the beach. Remember the spot where we used to swim? In the moonlight, you can see the water all luminous and green. And then we could have a picnic supper there, just you and Stevie and me. Stevie could sleep on the blanket. We could go for a swim. Maybe we could recapture it, Louis. It wasn't always like this. Maybe if we went back.
I'm sorry, Helen. I'd like to, really. But, well, I'm shipping out tonight.
Tonight?
I've got a new command, new ship. Having lunch with the Admiral this afternoon.
But you said you'd stay.
This is an important thing, Helen. This is the most important thing that ever happened to me.
More important than going for a swim.
You don't get a chance of being fleet commander every day. You can go for a swim anytime.
Yes, but we never do.
Now, look, honey. Ever since I was a cadet, I've been pointing toward this job. It's big. If I'm a success, you can name your own ticket. Big house up in Connecticut. Chauffeur. Finest schools for Steve.
I want you, Louis.
Now, don't be unreasonable.
Don't you be unemotional.
What?
I said don't be unemotional.
I don't understand.
No, I don't suppose you ever will.
Let's not quarrel. Why do we always end up quarreling? Well, it's almost time now.
Louis, let's try one